I wish I had understood. Never no more. Never been so well informed. Never scarred all before. Never felt more power. So much blood on the street. So much hope refused. So much great teenage photographs of me. Welcome to the Bay Area's Women Theater Festival, Amplify Artist Conversation. I am Cheri Miller, and I am an instigator on the Amplify team. With theaters closed due to the COVID-19 epidemic, our Amplify 24-hour performance event, originally scheduled at Brava Theater for April 18th and 19th, is on hold. But we refuse to allow the need for social distancing to keep us from amplifying ours and other amazing women, non-binary, and trans artists' work. So today we're in conversation with Nyree, and we will talk with her about her journey as a singer, songwriter, certified therapeutic sound practitioner, and overall amazing human. You can find out more information about Nyree's work on SoundCloud at NGAIREE and on Instagram at NGAIREEYY, and make a donation to their ongoing work through PayPal at NGAIREE Nyree@gmail.com. And please stay tuned for the rescheduling of the Bay Area's Women Theater Festival Amplify 24-hour performance event by visiting our website at www.bayareawomenstheaterfestival.com. Hi, Nyree. Thank you for being a part of our Amplify event and for joining us today.
Hi, Cheri. Thank you so much for having me, speaking with me today.
Of course. I am always blessed to be in community with you and to have an ability to share your giftedness with our larger community right now is, to me, just a necessary thing to do. How are you doing?
I'm well. I'm really grateful to be a part of this Amplify Music Festival as well. And in your company, it's a gift.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
Grateful.
I was grateful you said yes. I mean, like I knew who I wanted to be able to share this space with as we did a 24-hour performance. And I remember in conversation in one of our meetings, I was like, we have to have healing threaded through this, because to me, that's what we as women artists, what we embody and what we are able to extend from a stage or any other platform that we're able to use. So let's talk about your journey of finding and using your voice within your art form.
Yeah, I think just as a kid, kind of growing up, I'll kind of give you history and bring you to the present. As a kid, music was always a huge kind of saving grace for me. I grew up in a church, there was music I was always around. And in this particular church, there was an orchestra and there was kind of a focus on gifts from God and sharing music. It was like this vehicle to connection to God. And for me, I think it just growing up through the years, it always resonated with me in so many different ways. And finding my own voice through instruments or through my singing in choirs always stuck with me. There was something that happened when groups of people got together and raised their voice on one accord to create this otherworldly, I'm the same as you vibe, this feeling. And I connected that with music. Sound, our voices especially coming together is like a way of connecting us back to, I don't know, ourselves and back to each other. It's like a vehicle. That's kind of what got me into it. I moved from Florida to the Bay Area about 8 years ago, and played music, wrote songs. I have some CDs and things, and I came across this program at CIIS called Sound Healing Voice Music, uh, like certification, and it kind of gave me an understanding of this passion and this incredible feeling that I have when listening to music or when singing music or when singing with other people. It kind of gave me, I guess, the language of what this is, what this powerful, amazing thing is, sound, music, healing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I completed the program at CIIS and became a certified sound healer. And what I tend to do is use it in aspects of music to improve like the physical, emotional health and well-being. It's something I believe that can change everything. It can make a big difference in our lives. And so I use my voice, I use my breath, I use, hand drums, I use guitar, I use tuning forks, I use everything I can to connect this way.
And it's an amazing experience. I know that's the source of our connection is through your ability to move something in me when you start to play the drums, the African drums.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gee. And I met you with ACT's production of Crack Rumble Fly, the Bayview Project story. And I remember wanting to just put my hand on your drum. Remember, I asked,
I do.
and I immediately felt the vibration down in my soul. I could feel it still, even though I didn't hear it um, audibly. But that there is a connection that goes beyond the surface with music is truly a testament to what I've experienced with you. Let's talk about a little bit about African drumming and ways that you found to connect to our ancestors through that.
Yeah, the drum, the holy drum, the foundation, I believe, with hand drums and the African drums in particular. Our first sound is our heartbeat. It is the foundation of our breath. It's kind of where we come from, in our mother's wombs. Hearing the sound of a heartbeat is that first sound, and that vibration um, is the beginning, I
It
would
is.
say, and the drum is the connection of that.
Wow. Truly, it is. The African drum camp for me, I will suggest this to any audience member, any of our listeners at this point. When we get a chance to take up space again, please check it out and see if that drum camp is for you. It's called the Women's International Drumming. Tell me the name, Nyree.
We call it Born a Drum. It happens in the Oakland Hills, usually the third weekend in July. You can go to the website. It's womendrummersinternational.org, and you can find out more information there about the camp. But it's basically master women teachers in the Bay Area and around the country. We've actually had some drummers come from Jamaica
Oh my goodness! No,
to participate.
that's why I believe I'm from Ghana. You know that my ancestors are Ghanaian because of Mama Adwa, who came from Ghana to teach at the drum camp, and I just got my whole life through her teachings, and I'm like, oh, I must be from Ghana.
You must be, probably are.
I think, to have any connection beyond what sounds good, but actually what feels good in my soul. And I think many of us can agree that we all have a soundtrack to our lives, whether we have been aware of it or not. I believe that music has been threaded through all of our lives as a source of continual inspiration and community and understanding. Um, let's talk about where the songs come from that you write.
Absolutely. And just going back, I want to just make a quick correction. It's womendrummers.org, the simple address,
I'm glad
womendrummers.org.
I asked you because I know I'm bumbling this.
No, no problem. No problem. I'm sorry. What was your question?
Just about where the songs come from that you write. That's
Hmm.
the depth.
There are a wealth of emotions that happen in life, just in general. I would say the songs that I come from, that I've written and to come, have been inspired just from life. Again, like as a younger person, just kind of taking in other people's experiences and just like being a listener through time has led me to express music in a way that I feel can capture many different kinds of experiences, not just mine personally, but I guess universal experiences or just like joy, peace, sadness, grief, pain, anger. That's, I would say that's where it comes from. Just me being connected to myself and like seeking my own healing has
Hmm.
been a vehicle for me to express myself through song, which I enjoy doing very much.
And
Um,
you're really amazing at.
thank you. Thank you. I'm still learning. We all are.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful journey. I know you have had opportunities of performances, and we were so blessed to have you for the Black Arts Festival, the Every 28 Hours Festival in 2018 at the Strand on the Rembe stage. And let's talk about the impact that you had over that audience that evening.
That I would say that that event, that time that we all shared was probably one of the most inspiring times with an audience that I've experienced. I've been moving away from performing and more into like sound healing, kind of what I consider just like sharing an experience of music together.
Hmm.
And I felt that that's kind of what happened there. I think the songs I chose, I wanted to incorporate everybody together, and it kind of just took a life of its own. Like
Yeah.
I was there as a vessel and played music and songs that touched my heart, and thought that I would connect and hoped to connect with the audience, and it became and grew and
What
blossomed all on its own.
think I've ever asked you this, but what did you experience from the stage? I know what we experienced in the audience, but how did that feel seeing the audience absolutely engaged in movement and in song and in joy with you as you performed?
I mean, it was like take off running, like planting a seed and it just bloomed and blossomed. That's kind of how I felt. Just this amazing joy. Actually, it was pretty awesome.
Oh my goodness, that is a moment that I know many of us who that shared in that will never forget. To me, it was a signifier of what's possible when we are allowed to be our authentic selves, like with no pretense, no hidden agendas. But here's my offering, and I hope it blesses you. I hope it heals you. And to go forth and allow that wave to move over an audience to where that audience has now become one. Woo.
Hmm. Absolutely, it was
Yeah,
incredible.
it was incredible. Let's maybe have a little bit of a sample the next few minutes of what sound healing is. I'm going to mute my microphone because I don't want to interrupt it at all. But let's take a few minutes and give the audience and our listeners right now an experience of what sound healing is.
I have to first just clarify that over the phone from a distance is I wonder how it is conveyed, but just being present, taking a moment, taking an inhale, deep breath, and releasing that. I usually start with us connecting to ourselves with our breath, and then maybe starting with an open sound of the O. So I would start off singing, we would sing together, and we would just kind of feel it in our body, maybe in different places, like starting in our throats, moving into our chest, just like holding this O sound. So I'll sing a little bit. I would say just notice how that feels. There are ways that vibration happens in your body, in your throat, in your chest, in your heart, in your soul, and that's an introduction to some of the things I would use.
That's a beautiful introduction. And of course, yes, I felt it all. Just having that moment, I feel renewed, as I often do when I'm in your presence and sharing in community with you. Thank you very much for that. Let's talk a little bit about what you might be working on right now and what you may be offering on your social media platforms and how people can really connect with you now.
Right now, I am kind of taking it all in with COVID-19 and social distancing happening. I've been finding little ways of connecting. There is a group of singers called Beautiful Chorus, and they have little mantras that they share that I've been kind of tuning into to give myself peace of mind and remembering my own sound healing. There have been some concerts posted online. For me, I'm planning to post just some songs that bring me joy and encouragement. I can be followed or found on like Facebook and Instagram, and my plan is to start posting some videos that can just kind of share some peace of mind and share some love out there to folks that are having a hard time. These are strange times, so look out for that right now.
Good, agreed, and thank you very much. It's just necessary. It's so necessary for us to find ways to share our giftedness in any way that we can offer some peace and space for healing to how many ever we can impact. One is enough, you know.
Yeah.
I know people want to have a huge following, but I feel like if I can connect to one person every day, you know, to say hi, I love you, and stay encouraged. And, you know, I'm at my quota. I would like to do more. I want to do more. But again, that's why I'm sharing you right now, Nyree, is because I know that what you offer can definitely help the greater good of what we're experiencing right now. So,
That's my hope.
I know, and I'm sure of it. I know you hope. I know you, and I have valued your friendship and thank you so much for being a part of my family for 4, 5, almost 5 years. I'm very, very grateful.
I am too, Cheri. Thank you.
All right, so let's close them out with a little bit of the guitar, if you don't mind. Um, I think that is another area you're very, very gifted in, and I love it, and I know they will too.
All right. I think most people know this. Thank you again, Cheri, for this opportunity. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Even through COVID-19, I'm gonna let it shine. Even through these times, I'm gonna let it shine. Even through this time, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna let it shine. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna let it shine. We're gonna get through this. And we're gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.